You might also listen to audiobooks as I do, and you find it's quite a good way to learn new things without reading it. But have you also find it's sometimes really tricky to take notes from an audiobook? You might not knowing where you're reading it, which page you are, and what was worse is that you might forgot what you've already read from an audiobook. And in this video, I'm going to share a few tips that helpful for you to take notes from any audiobooks. Let's jump into it. Before that tip, we need to know the difference between the knowledge on book and the knowledge in your mind. There might be thousands of pieces of great knowledge in the book you're reading, but they meant nothing to you before you transferring them into your own knowledge database. Once you understand the knowledge from the book, you can describe it in your own words and it will become your wisdom. So it brings to the fundamental part of reading books, summarizing. When listening to audiobooks, we will use summarizing as a key way to take notes. And the tool we're using, it's a simple tool that have been used in the offices for decades. Sticky notes. Sticky notes are an essential tool for designers and workshop facilitators and for any office workers. I've been using them at work for many years, but since this year, I find they are a great tool for taking notes from any content, including audiobooks. They're cheap, easy to find, with variations of customization, easy to check and change. The only problem for sticky notes, they are hard to keep for a long time. And also they are not easy to manage, sometimes quite easy to get lost. But with digital backups, it's not a problem. And also from 3M, they also have a sticky note app called Post-it app, which I made a video about. So if you're interested, can also go to that video for some examples. And now I'll show you an example of how I listen to an audiobook and use sticky notes digitally and physically to get all the juicy content from that book. So this is the book I read a few months ago, Crashing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And while I'm listening to the book, I use Sharpie and post-it notes to write down something that I've listened from the book. And sometimes it might happen immediately while I'm listening. I find, oh, this is quite interesting, and I just use a post-it note to write something down. And sometimes after the listening moments, maybe during the shopping or when I'm running, I listen to some chapters and find, oh, that's really interesting. And then when I get back home, I use the sticky notes to take some notes from that. And at that time, I'm trying to use some simple words to describe the keywords, or sometimes just use some doodles to draw a picture and then make the message clear. And also, I use Post-it app as a digital way to write notes. And at that time, I just write some text. And then after the whole reading experience, when it's finished, I put all the notes and break down on this board, and then try to group them in a clearer way, and give a thing for each group. After that, I will have a rough board of all the digestible content that I've got from reading this book. And for example, like this part, YouTube, from this book, that are all the tips and tricks about YouTube that are collected on this board. And other things like options or strategy case studies, they are all on the same place. So you might notice that it didn't describe the book in a very detailed way, but it's just show the basic fundamental information from the book, And from there, that's actually all the knowledges that I've learned from this book. It's not the book contains such knowledge itself. Those are the knowledges already transferred into my own database. So yeah, this is how I made audiobooks, made notes for audiobooks. Hope it's helpful for you. And if you're interested, just check the other video about Post-it app, which I present some examples on how I use it for taking notes. Thanks for watching and hope you like it. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.